Crunchyroll allegedly stole $700,000 from people? Let's get into this. All of this started with this tweet that was put out by Kalian. Again, I apologize. You guys always harp on me. I am really bad at pronouncing things. Have you ever contributed to a Kickstarter for your favorite anime and the company responsible for it ran away with these $700,000 they received from it? Kalian writes, I really feel like this should be a bigger deal. Crunchyroll can't afford to finish the job on this, and it should be a big PR problem for them to not do so. The Dirty Pair Kickstarter fiasco is likely not going to be addressed unless it becomes a problem. In other words, keep doing this, as in keep calling Crunchyroll out. They attached a screenshot of another tweet made by a Twitter user, CalebManX, who quote retweeted a Crunchyroll tweet. They wrote, watching Crunchyroll steal over $700,000 from people who backed the Dirty Pair TV series dub Blu-ray sets. If you want to acquire right stuff, then you need to finish their projects. I will be very disappointed if all the work put into this gets thrown away. I'd like my $275 back. I've never heard of Dirty Pair before because it is before my time. Dirty Pair is a series of Japanese light novels written by Haruka Takachiho. So then Kalian linked a tweet writing, thank you Bounding Comics for covering the Dirty Pair Kickstarter story. Let's all tag other publications to spread the word. At Vice News, at Newsweek, at Newsweek Japan. So let us check out what Bounding Comics wrote. The article is titled, After 3 years, over $731,000 in backing and production companies purchased by Crunchyroll, Dirty Pair English dub Kickstarter still yet to be fulfilled, and it's doubtful that it ever will. And this is written by Spencer Bakuli on August 26. It writes, whether through sheer incompetence or outright negligence, after 2 years of production time and over $731K in crowdfunding money, fans have still yet to see the fulfillment of Kickstarter campaign for an English language dub of the original 1985 Dirty Pair. And at this point, it's a wonder if they ever will. So it was launched October 2021 by the now defunct anime video publisher and distributor Right Stuff. Through their Nozomi Entertainment production arm, the Let's Dub the Dirty Pair series campaign sought to get $275,000 in order to properly dub the 24 episodes. And it added that a little over 75% of the project funds will be used for the dubbing production expense and for right clearances, while 15% will be used for the production of materials, media, and packaging, and the remainder will be overhead, working capital, fees to run the project, royalties, and a little something for a hardworking staff. Though no word was given on how they would use the remaining approximately 10%. Okay, reading this article, I don't necessarily agree with this statement, right? Because if you do the math, 75 plus 15, that gives us 90. Well, it says 15% will be used for production materials, media, and packaging, and the remainder will be overhead working capital. So the remainder is referring to the 10%. So they do here, it writes how they would use the 10%. Aside from the English dub, all of the production work will be completed in-house, end quote. They further explained, quote, we already have all the source material required in order to do this production and have the approval to do this Kickstarter project from the Dirty Pair production committee. So even though the campaign's initial goal was $275,000, they actually ended up getting $731,406. And then in August 2022, it was announced that Sony had purchased Right Stuff Inc. and all of its subsidiaries planned to merge their operations with those of their already co-owned anime arm. And because of that, on August 4th, 2022, Nozomi Entertainment made an update on the Crunchyroll page, writing, hello everyone, you might have heard the news today that Right Stuff Anime, and by extension Nozomi Entertainment, has been acquired by Crunchyroll. Some of you have expressed concerns about what this might mean for the Dirty Pair Kickstarter. I want to reassure you that everything for this project is still being handled by the Nozomi team, and nothing about the dub or the Blu-ray release will be affected by this acquisition. Also, fulfillment of all Kickstarter rewards will continue to be handled by Right Stuff Anime, the same as all of our previous Kickstarter projects. We will have more updates on the progress of the dub coming soon, so please look forward to it. Sincerely, Shane Kleckner, CEO. And then, funny, we have a comment from Deslock writing, quote, and nothing about the dub or the Blu-ray release will be affected by this acquisition, end quote. Well, that was apparently a load of horseshit, wasn't it? And that was commented 7 months ago. And interestingly, if you do go to the Kickstarter, you can see that the estimated delivery was August 2022 for getting the Blu-ray videos with the dub. And that was at 60 USD. So then the article says, in recognition of this missed window, Nozomi Entertainment eventually informed backers that the production delay had been caused by scheduling conflicts regarding the cast. However, they did not provide any alternative release plans. And sadly, it seems they never would, as though they would continue to provide semi-regular status updates following the May 2024 announcement that, quote, all the audio materials are now complete, end quote. The company went completely radio silent regarding the dub's production. And we have a tweet from Justin Savakis writing, Dirty Pair Kickstarter fiasco update. Digging through LinkedIn, several producers that were working for Right Stuff are no longer with Crunchyroll as of June. Their last update was end of May. So either it's completely finished or Crunchyroll decided to junk it all. So that is all extremely extremely unfortunate, especially for our dirty pair anime lovers out there. And then Kalian provided a final update on August 29th, writing, "Update is here. Thanks to everybody for making noise on this." And the update writes, and is posted by Nozomi Entertainment, "Thank you for your patience as we give you an update on production on the dub version of the classic 1985 series Dirty Pair. Thanks to all the production staff and voices who contributed to this project, and of course you, for pledging your contribution to it. The series is still in post-production, and as with many productions, delays do sometimes occur. You should be receiving updates on Dirty Pair every 2 to 4 weeks until the release. We hope that a new cadence and frequency of communications will help alleviate any concerns you may have. Please know that we remain fully committed to this production, especially given the passionate fan base eagerly awaiting its release. As part of your commitment to the Kickstarter, beginning September 3rd, we will begin shipping out available portions of your backer rewards while the series is being prepped for post-production, editing, and shipping. Stay tuned to the space for additional and regular updates soon." So honestly, this really goes to show that public pressure can do good, right? With this public pressure on Crunchyroll being like, "Hey, yo, guys, we spent $700,000 to get this production made, and all the updates have been gone for the last couple of months." And the fact that it was supposed to be delivered August 2022. And I definitely understand with Kickstarter stuff like that, there's delays. I've backed many Kickstarters, many times it's delayed. People, I feel like, are completely understanding, and they are very willing to wait for something, because for Kickstarters, you already have to wait a really long time. I have a bag that I backed a year ago, and I finally got it like maybe a month ago. It's 2 years later than the delivery date, and that is an extension that I think you cannot excuse anymore. Along with that, we have Megazone23 writing as a comment to the Kickstarter page, "Could be a coincidence. I sent my email to Mr. Perini at 9:40 a.m. EST today on August 29th, and then we get a response at 2:20 p.m. EST on August 29th. Now this could just be the straw that broke the camel's back, given the efforts of everyone else, but mention what impact 3,303 people could do to a company's bottom line," and suddenly they respond. And here are some things that other commenters wrote. We have Jukuchi writing, "Did everyone just decide to get upset today over this? Righteously, I might add. What was the epicenter of people dragging Crunchyroll for a Dirty Pair?" Kalian adds, "I think most people just kind of forgot about it in the sea of constant information, which is what they were banking on and why it's important to speak up." MWV Dragon writes, "It has been a long time. They had all that money to buy up the company, but not spending any of it to actually finish the work, it seems." Stephanie Higgs says, "Can we get the FCC or the FTC involved in this? Because I feel like this violates some kind of law." And unfortunately, the problem with Kickstarter is the fact that there has been many cases of games or other things on Kickstarter that have either been fully funded or just people have invested money into it, and they just never delivered. And on Kickstarter's page, there's the FAQ that writes, "What can Kickstarter do when a creator does not fulfill their project rewards?" Kickstarter states that a delay is different than a cancellation, but if a project were to be canceled, they would expect all members to act honestly and openly. For creators who acknowledge they can't finish their project, they would ask that it would be brought to a satisfying conclusion with details on how the funds were used. However, on the delay page, it says, "I no longer want the reward. Can I have a refund?" It's up to creators to decide whether they can offer refunds. So the creators can just say no. And then under the question of the creator isn't responding to messages, Kickstarter acknowledges many times that happens, that if they haven't posted an update in over 4 weeks, you can request an update on the project page. They're asking backers to be supportive and understanding. But it doesn't seem like, to me, there's a consequence necessarily for people not delivering. I will acknowledge though, when you do back a Kickstarter, there is a big warning page that you do have to check in order to back it, which I feel like does legally get Kickstarter off the hook, where it's like, you do understand that you're funding a project that is not complete and you're willing to accept the risks. It's something along the lines of that. There is a box you have to check. I know because I've backed a lot of Kickstarters, and it does, I feel like, get Kickstarter off the hook. So if there were cases where the creator doesn't deliver, you hope that they ethically do, but there's not, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, right? I'm not a lawyer, but as far as I know, there's really nothing to keep Kickstarter off the hook to then financially compensate the backers. They will just lose their money. So in this scenario, I'm really glad that all this public pressure got Crunchyroll off their butts and onto working on this dub. Hopefully something actually happens and everybody could get what they had paid for. We'll see. Only time will tell for this scenario. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. As of filming, we just hit 75K on YouTube, and I appreciate you guys so much for that. Road to 100K coming soon. I hope to see you guys in the Twitch streams maybe. I stream 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, 6 p.m. PST. But I hope to catch you guys in another one of my videos.